Yo, what up, people? Thanks for tuning in. It's Killer B. Feng Xiaokui v Bact, game number 5 of this series. Spoiler alert coming in 5 seconds. There's your warning. Okay, score right now is 2-2. Fang Xiaokui and Bact 2-2. Bact winning 2 Huns mirrors right off the bat, and then he spotted his opponent Fang here. Huns, and Bact took a random civ twice in a row. He lost both of those random civ games, so we're back to a Huns mirror here in game 5. We'll see if Bact can break the tie and get a win. Right off the bat, it's looking like a decent opportunity for him. Blue player not really having good wood to work with. These wood lines are pretty puny, even the ones that he has, like maybe this is his best shot. It's on the front, it's not very thick, there's not a lot of wood there. It's going to be a problem in the late game. This wood line pretty far from his TC. Blue player having both boards to the side. Main gold off to the left flank, not really wallable, but he can maybe protect it somehow later in the game. Worth noting, we've seen Fang go forward every game trying to find a boar steal, so we'll keep an eye on him as we go. More resources on the front here for the blue player. Absolutely horrid map for him. He does have a deer patch mill in proximity, so food might not be a problem for him early, especially if he can steal a boar. Still roaming around on the front here, a little bit forward, a little early, trying to find Bact's boar. Bact is pushing deer, and he's staying pretty close to both of his boars here, so he might be able to protect them with his scout. You know, if the blue player comes in after them, if Fang gets here, it's possible Bact's going to see him running in with his scout, and he can stop the steal. Well, we're about to see if that happens, but right now Bact seems to be focused on pushing deer right off the bat. Has a couple vills over on wood, 3 at the moment. Could see a 4th here in just a second. Already pushed in 2 deer, though. Bact really going all in on deer pretty early. He's actually left a few sheep out away from the from his line of sight. Yeah, those sheep, fortunately for him, will not be stolen by Fang either. So I don't think Fang is going to steal anything here too soon. So let's go ahead and speed this one up. This is a set of 8 played in early November 2016. Right now the score is 2-2 in this series. Fang really putting a ton of pressure on Bact in every single game. Not always getting a win, but always putting pressure on. Oop, Vill under pressure right away. Looks like Bact will fight this off with a Vill. No loom in there just yet, but Fang not able to get the job done. So he will slow a few vills down, but he won't pick one off. He's going to get chased across the map by Bact Scout. I'm sure Bact is very happy not to have his boar stolen in that particular game. In this particular game, Bact will not have a boar stolen. 3 on wood for Fang. We've seen him go 4 on wood every single game with the option of drushing, but not this time. Bact's going to run into the TC arrow fire here, which is not ideal. Dropping his scout down to 18 HP. Now he has the weaker scout. Fang's even going to get a poke in with his Vill. So Bact on pretty low HP on that scout, but he's running around the map. Both players have some sheep left to find. Bact's map is no prom queen either. He's going to have his main gold on the front, secondary gold on the front. If he walls up across here, he'll probably be pretty safe and happy with that gold. But we've seen towers and aggression every single game from Fang, so he's not going to have a lot of time to do that. Walling across the top of this hill also possible, but man, it's going to be it's going to take some time. It's going to take some energy. So it's possible Fang can pressure Bact in this game before he gets comfortable. Bact here, though, certainly having a better map if he can get it all walled in. He also doesn't have great wood lines. His gold position isn't great, but I think he can probably figure out a way to protect this. He's got a lot less of a uphill battle to deal with than his opponent Fang. Alright, let's look at the scouting real quick. Fang went forward, tried to do some annoyance, actually dropping a couple palisades here. He will be able to see when his opponent goes over to gold. Bact on the other side is scouting around as well. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Looks like he did end up losing his scout. So he got chased down and killed by his opponent's scout. That will be a big disadvantage for him, especially since he never found 2 of his sheep. So those early deer pushed in from Bact, allowing him to get to feudal age on 20 vills at the moment. We are seeing loom in for him already. Blue player just now clicking up on 21. So Fang will be 1 vill higher than his opponent with loom, working his way to the feudal age. Okay, so what build would you go with here? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Fang's gone with a lot of towers and skirms. That's been the strategy almost every game. You know, some scouts here from the blue player could be good to annoy his opponent. Bact, I think, would certainly want to go scouts. because there's so much here that's raidable. There isn't much that's towerable. Bact has matched Fang's aggression in this series, going with towers of his own once in a while. Barracks will come up on the front here for the blue player, maybe starting to wall himself in. Look at that. Bact already forward, ready to potentially tower. Towers in this area would be pretty effective. They would take away multiple resource piles. Blue player's actually gonna drop a few palisades on the far side of that wood line. That's a good place for a tower, I suppose. Looks like Bact is working his way over there already. So the two players seem to be predicting what each other are going to do. Bact's tower here is going to take away this wood line and the main gold pile from his opponent. Blue player is going to have to transition over here and cling to that gold. He cannot afford to lose this, so he might need a tower somewhere up on this hill to defend it. For now, we see Bact roaming forward. He's got a spear in play, maybe anticipating his opponent going scouts. More spears coming from him, skirms coming from him. Trash build with a couple of towers involved. Villager down already. Blue player's scout roaming around is still the initial scout, low HP, but he has gone scouts. The blue player has gone scouts here. He's gone with the meta. This is going to be really tricky for him because he's going to have to try to hit Bact probably at home. He's not going to want anything to do with that tower and all those spears. First couple scouts from the blue player are roaming forward, but low HP on one of them. Bact, if he identifies that, will certainly take a fight with his villagers and probably kill that scout. Spears here just acting as basically the equivalent of a drush, just coming in and annoying vills. Skirm's going to do pretty much the same thing, just try to annoy here. Archery range being added by Fang. Fang's coming in now. He's got 3 scouts back, quickly walling in his wood line. He's still open on the berries, but he's got a spear there. Bact's got a wood line back here that is really, really open to some raiding. Fang at the moment doesn't know that he has established a wood line there, but he probably has counted the vills here and expects another wood line somewhere. That would be something I would think he would be looking for. He may catch this vill of Bact's just kind of hanging out in the middle of no man's land. Yeah, it looks like he will. That vill's going to run for the tower by the looks of it. I don't know if he'll make it. 23 HP at the moment. A couple more pokes from the scouts. Looks like he will just die. Thought he was going to make it for sure. That vill dying right on the precipice of the tower. Unfortunately for him, it is no bueno. That trash army still roaming forward. We're going to see a tower from Bact right on Fang's buildings here. So Fang, if he finds this wood line, actually won't get raiding in because it is walled up by Bact. Bact having a little bit of it, leaving his opponent a small opportunity there, but the blue player didn't know about that lumber camp, and now he's not going to get in. Blue player has already towered here. He's on the bottom of the hill, which is a little tricky for him. It would be very annoying if Bact put a tower about here. It would hit this gold pile and not be rebuffed by that tower from blue. But hey, we'll see what happens here. So yeah, this is a set of 8. We watched some of these live on my Twitch channel, Killer B AOC, if you want to check us out there. I don't believe I've seen this particular game. This game is an absolute clusterfuck at this point. Bact's going to lose some vills here, isn't he? Losing one vill forward on the stone, he's going to lose all 4 of those forward vills eventually. Bact will respond with his trash army, but that was just beautiful. Fang running in, breaking the wrist, and walking away. Gets all of those vills. Fang's gone pretty hardcore into scouts. He's going to be way behind to clicking up to castle. Way behind what you might normally be looking at. Bact, though, is put a lot of food and wood into trash, so he's going to be pretty slow as well. Okay, orange player coming here. Bact recognizes it. He's going to lose a vill. Bact dropped that palisade because he knew there were a few archers mixed in here and tried to abandon ship. Blue player punishes him for, basically not being ready for this army. The mobility of these scouts is really giving Bact fits right now. They're just running around and raiding different zones. That is the power of 5 scouts. They will come in and they will run out. No damage done. Bact's entire army here has gone from offensive to defensive. He's going to do a nice job to quick wall up and push toward the TC, but unfortunately there is just one little square of opening there. So Fang's going to escape. He's going to lose a few units maybe. He's going to turn around and fight these scouts right now. Fang right now is playing a very, very clean game on a very bad map. The tower aggression from Bact does not seem to really have phased him that much. This tower is very good to take away the main gold there, but Fang right now clinging to one hill in the back. Clinging to one little zone here in the back of his base. Going to send some archers onto the top of that hill. That seems like a very wise choice to me. Backed with 5 scouts of his own roaming around, actually 6 scouts and a big trash army and town watch coming. Bact's not going to the castle age anytime soon. He's on 100 food and just about 0 gold. Effectively 0. Fang on the other side has quite a bit of gold. He's starting to compile some food. He's going to cling to this hill and maybe try to click up before his opponent wheelbarrow on the way. Bact will go bloodlines here. Can't blame him. He's got a whole lot of scouts, but he might be feudal for quite some time. His opponent here has plenty of gold to work with. Even losing this pile of gold, Fang could probably get to Castle Age and push himself back into the game. I don't know. Maybe that's an overstatement. Anyway, tower arrow fire coming in. Scouts from the blue player coming to defend these farms. Could have maybe picked a Vil there from back, but I think retreating is a lot smarter. He took a couple of shots of damage, but mostly these scouts are clean. They are mostly on full HP. Blue player still, Fang here still pumping out a spear or 2. He'll go to the Castle Age. Fang is tied 2-2 with Bact right now, and he is handling his business this game. This is a terrible map for him, and he's clinging to really the last gold pile, going double stable. We've seen him go double stable knights in many of the games. He usually gets bloodlines. He usually gets +2 defense as fast as he can. I would not be surprised at all to see that again. Bact runs in. He snipes a Vil there, maybe 2. Nope, just 1 for the time being. A little bit of arrow fire coming in from the blue player. Did a good job to target down one of those spears. If he can kill the other 2, his scouts can roam with relative impunity. Bloodlines in on those blue scouts, and the fight is on. Pretty even numbers here. I think this is a good fight for Fang in the long run, because once he cleans up this aggression, he will be Castle Age and he'll be pumping out knights, and Bact will have not a whole lot left here. However, in the meantime, Bact has 5 more scouts, and he is trying to raid this woodline and gold pile as much as he can. He's going to kill a few Vils, taking a lot of arrow fire, but it's absolutely worth it. He's going to grab down a couple more Vils there and push his opponent back. So Fang, having some gold and food in the bank here, is going to be able to go double stable knights, and he's going to need those knights to clear this up. Fang's got a couple units here camped out under the TC, using the arrow fire there to rebuff his opponent, push him away. For the time being, we'll see Bact on 17 military. Knights immediately coming out for the blue player. He's still in a heap of trouble. There's a lot of scouts here, but now that these knights are out and they are +1 defense with bloodlines, +2 on the way, they should be able to hold the line, especially when there are 4 of them. So Fang gets hit hard there. He's down by 12 Vils, but he is in the Castle Age. His opponent's scout number is dwindling. Bact actually not paying enough attention there to save this scout's life. How to save a life, indeed. Triple stable knights actually coming out. Sorry, I said double, but there are 3 stables here. They are beefy. They are beefy knights. It looks like the blue player right now will be using those knights to put out a few fires and stabilize his economy. Certainly lost a lot of villagers there. He's down by 11 Vils, but his opponent, Bact, still has to research that Castle Age upgrade, which is starting to come in right now. So Bact's trying to get in some raiding here while he transitions to the Castle Age, but once this army is gone, I don't know what he's going to have left to fight with. Still has 17 units on the field. Right now that raiding is kind of being pushed around. He did grab a few more Vils from his opponent, but the blue player is here and ready to raid a little bit on Bact. 4 spears, 5 spears in there for Bact, so he's ready for these knights coming in. This woodline is actually open now. Keep an eye on that. More stables coming for the orange player. He's got a safe gold pile on the front, and he's going to be able to hold himself in defense for a moment. But those units from Bact, 18 units, are relatively low quality units. They are spears, which are mostly going to be chasing. If Fang micros properly, he's not going to take a fight with an army of 6-7 spears all clustered together. He's just going to keep on running until he finds something juicy to kill. So Fang right now is in a decent position. He's behind by a couple of Vils, making up that advantage as Bact transitions to the Castle Age, and as he raids here and there. It's going to grab another Vil here on the farm from Bact. It's going to be basically a dead heat here as we see the orange player Bact enter the Castle Age. So game number 5 is a barn burner, baby. This one is back and forth. It's up and down. Bact's early aggression mostly absorbed by the blue player here, Fang. Fang's going to eventually going to take the villager lead. Yeah, he's up on 40 Vils right now. He's going to grab a few more here from Bact. Bact is in some trouble. He's got one safe gold pile. That's really about all that he has to work with that's useful. His towers are in hot water. He's being chased around the map as far as his scouts go. He does have bloodlines +1/+1 knights right now, so those will help him. Right now there are 5 or 6 of those roaming around the map. Military numbers are equal, but Fang's army is mostly knights. Bact's army is about 1/3 knights. Bact is going to have to do some seriously good raiding. Fang is still keeping a pretty big army here at home. He's reinforcing that hill. That seems incredibly wise. This is the most important part of his eco right now. He's reinforcing so that those stables, the knights, immediately go up that hill. Okay, blue player's still roaming around looking for some aggression. Bact's got a few knights on the front, but he tips his hand a little bit by attacking that archery range. Unfortunately, he tips his hand so that the blue player can send over more knights. More knights than Bact has. More knights and better knights. Has the +2 defense upgrade. Bact has to run off from this. I don't know why he's taking this fight. It's not a good fight for him at all. He's going to take a bunch of damage there before chain barding comes in. So Bact is in trouble. He's being raided. We need to see him start shoveling his way out of this hole. Right now he is behind by 11 vills. His opponent is on +2 knights and he's going aggression. Blue player has expanded to this gold pile. This is something Bact could raid. He's going to send a bunch of spears forward. He may be able to bolster that with a few more knights, but man, just so many knights right now from Fang. Fang's got so many knights that it doesn't even matter. He's just going to push right through those spears, chew Bact's army up, and holy cannoli, Game 5 is going to go to Fang. Sweet baby Jesus, a fast and furious game there. Furious even. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. The score at this point is going to be Fang 3, Bact 2. Pretty damn impressive Huns mirror win for Fang. The previous 2 wins for Fang, you could say, oh, he had the better civ. In this game, he actually wins a mirror game against his opponent. We've seen him go all in and aggressive. This guy's a whole lot of fun to watch. Hopefully we continue to see more great play from this series. Hopefully I catch you guys in game number 6. Bye.